My name is Rick. I started having the symptoms of neuropathy in the early 90s. It was occasioned with what at the time they called folded sock syndrome, and that progressed, and I was referred to numerous neurologists, and they did EMG studies and all kinds of different things. And the upshot of the whole thing is I was referred to a neurologist at Baylor College of Medicine, and as part of the diagnostic work there, I was hospitalized for 4 or 5 days because they thought I had chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, or what people call CIDP. Turned out I didn't have that. And after much consternation, they finally came up with a diagnosis of chronic immune sensory demyelinating polyneuropathy, because it appeared that none of my motor skills were impaired. It was more of a sensory item.
Did you have a biopsy done?
I had a biopsy done as part of all of this procedure, of a neural biopsy on my neural nerve biopsy on my left ankle. Showed that I had demyelination of the nerve sheath, and for the pain, discomfort, and so on, I was given gabapentin, Neurontin, and that was inconclusive. That didn't do much. We abandoned that.
How long had you been on those medications?
On gabapentin, I was probably on it a year or so,
Okay.
but not having any great effect. The only thing that we could see is that it progressed over the years, and it slowly worked itself up from my ankle up probably mid-calf, and started having shooting nerve pains intermittently. It could happen in the middle of the night. It could be happening while I'm driving down the road. I could be sitting in a restaurant, and all of a sudden I start grimacing, excuse me, and it was a pain that would be typically in duration of about maximum 15 minutes. And I knew it would go away, and I finally decided I'd had enough of that and started doing some research in depth about solutions to my kind of neuropathy, which is not a formal diabetic neuropathy.
What kind of symptoms were you experiencing in your feet?
Primarily the numbness and the shooting nerve pain. And the nerve pain could be, it could spike out at a good solid 10 on occasion. And but it's when I think back about it now, I realize that that couldn't go on forever. So I decided I wanted to see what was happening. My neurologists were not very helpful. I'd go in every 6 months to a year because that was a schedule for a checkup. And
so after you started our multimodal approach, which is drug-free, how has your pain done for you after treatment?
The pain, the shooting pains, the real severe nerve pain has pretty much disappeared. I'd say 90% of it is gone.
That's great. And after how many treatments did you start to get some improvement?
I would say probably after the first, well, it was done on, we're doing each leg separately. Mm-hmm. My left foot, after about 6 treatments, I guess, started showing it was effective.
Excellent. Has this helped your quality of life improve?
I'd say it's definitely helped my quality of life, because all of a sudden I'm not driving down the highway and all of a sudden grimacing, in pain, or sitting in a restaurant and everybody wondering what's wrong with him. So yeah, it's helped.
Would you recommend this type of treatment for others who are suffering or who are on long-term Lyrica, Neurontin?
Oh, I think this is by far the better treatment, having experienced both of them. I believe in it enough that I've referred a number of people and passed out several of your brochures and DVDs to likely candidates. It's certainly worth it, and I hope that in a year or so I can look back and say, well, okay, that was a time of my life when I putting on the miles and burning a lot of gas, but yeah, it was worth it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to be able to help you.
All right, take care.